Hi guys, it's Shaman Emmy here. I just thought I would sort of, get moving on my day today. So anyways, I'm going to be doing the daily energy guide for the 6th. This will be for you guys for tomorrow energy readings. Just a brief, quick one. Draw a couple cards for everybody, each sign. The fire, earth, air, and wind is what I'm going to be, kind of breaking them down into. Just so you know, that's how it's going to kind of be broken down. If I need to break it down any further with specific messages for a sign that might be coming through prominently in the cards, then I may pull more cards later on and do just the astrological forecast of that card for, obviously there's messages. So I'm going to get started like we normally do. We'll get to do our smudge. I won't be doing this every time that I record these videos today. But I will end up lighting one just for the sake of it. But I won't be doing a session every time I record a video. But I will just cleanse the area, quickly with energy, right? That so that they can be released from their duties of being used for information as well. So I'm just gonna smudge the cards. I also threw down tobacco on my cloth today, because that's what you give to spirit. In the native culture, when you've taken something from the earth, you always put it back with something in return. So even if you're out doing hanging out in the park or whatever, and you see a squirrel, throwing them a few nuts, and you only take what you need, but you also have access to so many resources. But understand what that means wholeheartedly, as far as take what you need. So there's enough for everybody else to have an enjoyment moment with it, right? Okay. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to kind of clear out the energy from all of this, 2018, bring in the new energy. We want our guides and spirit guides to walk with us while we go down this new year that we're having. So many people are receiving like phenomenal energy levels throughout throughout YouTube, throughout, everyday life kind of thing. So I am going to get started on this. I have to close this one. I have to close that one. But no, I was looking up crystals this morning. I got sidetracked. I was going to do this a little bit earlier, but things get happening and I got sidetracked. All right, so we've got that done. Okay, so if there's something that resonates with this message with you, feel free to leave a comment down in the comment box below. Donations can be made to the address that's in my description down below. shamanemmy333@gmail.com is where you can send your questions or inquiries to. You can also place an order through that and just mention how long you want it, and then I can send you back an estimate for the pricing. But there should be also in the description box down below should be the prices of everything down there as well. What else was there? We're going to be doing later this afternoon. We are going to be doing a draw for a small dream catcher, handmade by myself. I would decide which one, or we may give away a couple keychains and a dream catcher. We'll see how it goes, because it is the end of the month draw, like I've been telling you guys since last month, that we're going to be doing these once a week, the weekly. But being that this weekly one is not going to be drawn today, because we're doing the end of the month draw, so it kind of bumps the other one the hell on out of there. Get moving down the road. It's time to completely cut the 2018 out, and let's get moving on to 2019. So I do have to get those draws set up for this afternoon for sure, 100%, so we can get that finished and over with, and don't have to think about it for another couple of weeks. But yeah, so why am I lighting another match? Do we need more light? Maybe? Or do I... Oh, my melted caramel. My beautiful scented camel. A camel. This is a camel, by the way, people. Camels. Words of the day is camel, okay? Not pineapple, just camel. Just camel. Not caramel, not caramel. Camel. Okay, that's what you want to call them. Camel. Okay, so now we got that out of the way. We're going to light our caramel card. We're going to light our caramel calendar. Oh, jeez. Okay, now this is getting to be too much. We are going to not light the camel on fire, but we are going to light our caramel. What do you call them? Candle. Yeah, not. Yeah. Anyway, you guys can kind of catch up on that one. But yeah, no, we're going to light our camel. And see, even the match doesn't want to work for me today. I'm having just a great morning. I am having an absolute wonderful morning here. Are you kidding me? Okay, so you want to play hard to get, do ya? I'm going to play the hard to get card. Okay, well, I'm going to get you this time. Here we go. See, you got a bigger flame this time. And I gotcha. Woo! Now that's close to the fingers. Ow. Alright, here we go. So we're going to put that one high above. So I can light the pathway down and, so they know where to come and hang out. Those are my spirit guides and energies I'm talking about anyway. So, feeling good today. Feeling like there's a lot being lifted off. I'm sorry, I got this kind of maneuvered in the wrong spot. What was I saying? I'm gonna have brain farts today. I know I'm just, I've got so much going on up here that I actually wrote it down and I filled up like 2 pages of what I have to do, things that I need to get done. But other than that, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty smoothly. I'm gonna be investing a lot more time into the channel, as it's my priority now. It's the first thing that I need to be focusing all my energy into. So hopefully, you guys understand that and make the donations to keep the channel going, to help with the costs and of keeping a channel going. There's a lot of external work or that I have to go and do when I'm doing readings as well. I try to see what coincides with their numerology reports, simple things like that, so that you have a couple of different options that you can take with you from the channel that you can kind of review or reflect over, whether it be a private reading, a live reading, or even just a 1 card, 1 answer pendulum reading. So there are different ways of getting messages. The other thing is, we have to also thank the energies and our spirit guides for being there to assist us. And my craft corner looks really horrible over there, doesn't it? But that's where I do all my handy dandy weaving. But yeah, so I think we need to really be focusing on our spiritual growth, and if you're taking it seriously, then take it seriously. Get through the rough parts. It'll be a lot easier when you get to the other side, say, of the mountain. The spiritual mountain that you're climbing right now has just began. Okay, so you're walking up that hard grade right now. Once you get to the top, you'll get to catch your breath, and then we get to come back down. All right, and we get to go, over each hump as we get it delivered to us. Okay, that's the best way to, kind of heal the energy for yourself, right? Okay, so we've got tobacco here for the angels on the oracles. The reason why I put tobacco is I'm taking energy from the universe right now by channeling, so I'm allowing them to actually come forth and be able to have a piece of sacred area that they can come and hang out with, which they do. I don't even have to do the tobacco, but it's nice to do it as a traditional would normally do it, by sprinkling tobacco over the the area that you're kind of blessing with that tobacco. Never use, you can always buy like the pouch of tobaccos, the loose tobacco, and keep that for when you want to go do smudging, or you want to put it around your house. Put it at your doorway. You can put it at your window sills, you can put it by your doorway. There's just different things that you can do in correlation to that. So, but we're not going to get overzealous here. We're going to start pulling a card here. We're going to do the energy card for, I think we should start out with who? I think we'll start out with air signs. I think we should do the air sign one. Okay, here we go, people. That's my little pen. So this is the air sign. Okay, so I gotta write this down so I don't forget. The air sign. Okay, so here we go. Ready? Ready, folks? Okay. So I'm going to move you over here a bit, and I'm going to put you down so you can see the little table here, and so you can see the cards that I'm using. And we're going to call on Spirit now and ask them to come through, and ask them to give us blessings for the readings that we're about to do, and for me to be a conduit for the messages to come through. You'll notice now that I'm speaking a bit lower because it's like more peaceful now. You have to kind of relax, breathe, just relax your whole body, and just think about maybe something that you want to be able to reflect on. There may be something that comes out in the cards for you that maybe you've kind of forgotten and put kind of to the side, but didn't bother looking at it again. I feel like that's a lot of energy that's going to be going around as people are going to be clearing out, their spring closet, for get ready for spring because it's going to be here soon as well, right? And then it's back again, right? So this year has even gone by not as fast as last year that I remember. I don't remember January being this kind of slow. I thought it was a bit faster then. I don't know, but last year was extremely fast. It was over before it began. Okay, so I'm going to ask the guides and oracles to please come through, use me as a channel to help for our assistance, direction for our air signs. So that is your air signs. Oh, come on, get in there. These cards aren't going to work today. I know that already. I'm going to try doing the old Rider-Waite. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the old Rider-Waite cards. We're just going to let those ones sit for a bit. They're not, maybe they've got too much energy in them right now and they're just not wanting to cooperate. We have to learn to cooperate. Or we get benched. You just got benched, buddy. So yeah, I like to have fun with my oracles. I talk to them like, talking to you, talking into this camera, but there's really nobody on the other side quite yet. But it gives me, it kind of lightens the mood, so there's a little bit less energy. We're going to pull out the old Rider-Waite. Mr. Classic Old. Oh, and they're just flapping. Okay, so somebody's just out there just flapping away. Flap, flap, flap. Gossip, gossip, gossip. That's what I'm feeling. The energy that's being surrounded our air signs. Right, so you might be feeling like there's somebody running their mouth that shouldn't be running their mouth so much. Flapping up the lips, the gums. Just not being polite or respectful in any such way with the vulgarity or their demeaning, disrespectful talk. They're not going to get very far. Say that much. All right, so spirit guides and energies, could you please come forward and give us some messages today for the daily for June 6th, for the week of June 6th, and I think it's till the 14th or something like that. For a week energy anyway. So we want the weekly for our air signs, our Libras, Caps, our Libra. Where am I here? Okay, so we want air signs. So Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, so we've got one card. So we get another couple of cards just to confirm, or if there's any other dire messages that need to come forward. Oops. That need to come forward for any specific reader or person that happens to be viewing this channel or this message, and that it's designed for them, that they'll be able to resonate with it and take some of the information and apply it in their daily life, right? So we want to have positive energies, positive experiences now that we're in a new year, letting the old go old and the new is now new. Okay, so let's try to keep it as new as we can, right? Keep it moving in a positive manner. We're going to take this one for now because I'm feeling like there's been a lot of energy that's, kind of been drained into these guys. So they're feeling a little heavy right now. So I got to lighten the load a bit for our Rider-Waite guy. But okay, here we go. So we got the Two of Swords. Always, maybe you're turning your back, and this energy is letting you know that you have to take time to rest. What I'm seeing is, that, you do meditative practice, whether it be morning, noon, or night, choose whatever's more convenient for you. And stand by your guns, okay? Like you're standing in a firm position, but you're sitting down, you're relaxed, but you won't let anybody try to pull you over. You're fine-tuning your other senses right now with this awakening that you're having. Like put a blindfold on and just use your ears to perceive something or to just listen to the surroundings. Plug your ears so you can't hear the external, and then you have to use your eyes visually, right? So that's a lot of working experience for multitasking experience. But don't feel that you have to. You can remain neutral in everything you do. You don't have to even budge, but the wave's there. And, there is, spots that you'd be able to jump if you could, you know what I mean? Like you got, a stepping stones that this new energy is coming in for you, right? So we have the Two of Swords. So that's very neutral position, very relaxed, not willing to be, caught off guard, but being aware with other senses that you can use, like your smell, your hearing, your eyes, your gut feeling, experiences of like cold and hot, just different things like that. that you need to maybe focus more on. If you're trying to do a manifestation or trying to hone in on your own personal intuition, try doing some exercise like that. Give it a chance to work. And give it a shot. There's nothing wrong that's going to happen if you sit there and just meditate and say, I want to release myself from these energies. The good ones may, reside here, but the negative ones have to go in and get cleared somewhere else. Because some of it might not even be your energy, but it just jumped on your back, kind of energy that, it had needed somewhere to go, right? So your energy needs somewhere to go. I would like mine to just, get up and walk outside for me half the time, right? That's not going to happen because we're not that advanced yet. So I have to do all the work myself. All right, so air signs. Okay, so there's air signs. We got the Two of Swords. Okay. Of Swords. Like new battles and everything. Like you're not feeling like you have to go into battle. You're protecting your general area of your core area, your core part of your being, but you are ready. If somebody was to walk up to you and say hey to you in the wrong way, you would snap. Like you are not going to put up with anything. Like you're saying, okay, I'll let you pass this time, but don't screw me because I'm not in the mood for getting screwed. Okay, there's no screwing around here. You're very stern and very informed, and being neutral party. You're all dressed in gray, which is the neutral zone. You're trying to skate down the neutral zone, but don't try too hard. Like it's not really that much of an effort needing to be put forward, seeing as the basics are being taken care of on the spiritual realm, physical realm. Just to be able to focus in on you and fine-tuning your own intuition, your own internal sight. I don't know why I said that. Internal visionary work that you can do through meditation, connecting with guides, connecting with people that are in the actual physical being that you can communicate with, and they can channel messages for you. There's a lot of resources, and they're becoming a little bit more popular than they were when I was a kid. Well, they did when I was a kid, when I was telling them that I was hearing voices and everything, that a couple of them sounded really bizarre. And then the doctor said, oh, well, we'll put you in the hospital for a couple weeks and we'll see how you do. Nothing changed. Just medicated me all up on pharmaceutical meds, that they don't really work that well, right? But take them just in case. For whatever reason, I don't know yet, but we're going to get to that point sooner or later. I'm going to have a meeting with this doctor that's got me on these ones that I've gained, I've gained 20 pounds in 4 or 5 weeks from being on this medication. It's got a really bad side effect for weight gain. I'm not liking it. I was 120 pounds growing up my whole life, and I must be probably pushing about 150 now. And it's noticed that it's come back. Even when I put on my leggings and everything, they're a little bit more pudgy looking in the leg, and I'm like, no, we're not going pudge. We don't do pudge, okay? We do not do the pudge girl. No. Fat women in leggings, no, I don't do that scene. That's an embarrassment in itself, being, I'm on a larger side and wearing leggings. I think you guys kind of get the gist of it. Nothing that, a serious exercise program won't help. I think it will help. It'll increase your metabolisms, your energy level. I don't go riding in the rain. I don't like the rain. I really hate it. So I'm not going to go get all soaking wet to go ride around on my bike. That's, the roads are slippery. People are driving like idiots. I just don't want to have to deal with the stress of that, right? Trying to focus on my journey, and I'm worried about every other car that's passing me in hopes that they don't happen to, gas their car and drive up on the curb or something, you know what I mean? And then we have the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. So it's almost like now you're calming down with a lot of your energy as being more calm, attached to yourself. You're learning to manifest more of a calming spirit, and your teacher that taught you, the Emperor. I don't know what the Emperor energy is. I can't remember. I don't have my cue cards here. 1 second, let's see if I can pull them up here. But you have the Emperor. You have a person that's looking over you, teaching you things, giving you knowledge, and actually, being determined. Has a lot of love within himself, that he keeps himself protected. Mind you, he's ready at any given time to pull that shot, the robe off and be ready for war. Right? He's ready to transform at a drop of a dime if he has to. very protective energy I'm feeling with this. So this could be somebody that is in your life currently, that you may end up coming around to, that's really protecting you from, being harmed in any such way. Very compassionate person, will think before he reacts, and that's the four, that's the Emperor. That's 1 and 5. That's 4. No. Or is it 9? The Emperor in the 9 suit? No, it's the 4. Okay. Alright. I don't know. That was just bizarre. So you have a 4 and a 6, which makes 10, which makes 1. Okay, so now you have to look out for number 1 right here. This is who you're working for. This is who you're working for, to get more spiritually in tune. And you're going to be seeking someone, and you won't even see it coming, but you will end up finding a teacher that's going to help you, or someone that knows their knowledge a little bit more experienced in that. Maybe it's a general field, maybe it's your metaphysical state, different avenues that you can take and use this energy that you're mass producing now, because it's such a good time to mass produce energy, right? I mass produce energy 24/7. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is, that's the old Rider-Waite. And so you got the 2 of Swords and the Emperor. So that's really, Emperor, that's really like a very compassionate situation going on there. You know what I mean? Like, you have the teacher that's willing to teach, is ready for any time. He's got his little armored suit underneath, like he's ready to go at, bug out at 0800 hours. He's already ready and ready bugging out. You know what I mean? He's ready for the game. He's ready to teach. He's ready to show. And he wants to stay neutral as well. He says, always remain in a neutral state of being is your safest bet. Right? That's what I'm hearing. Staying neutral party in any squabbles or any miscommunications is a lot better. Just stay neutral. If they're asking you for your information, what your thoughts are, what you would do in your situation, to reflect on it, by all means, give them some coaching, some good advice, right? Give the person good advice so they're not wasting their time, they're not wasting your time, and everything kind of still flows as it should, right? I'm going to pull an overall for this week. We want to see what the overall energy is going to be like for all our air signs out there. I know, Happy New Year, by the way. I'd like to thank my angels for being here this Christmas again. It was a very somber day, but it was comfortable. It was a very relaxing Christmas, and that's how I remember being growing up. We were always kind of chill. Well, we weren't really chill after we got into our stockings, but got hooked up in all those candies, and that was the end of us. We were like ripping around the house and in the kitchen, out of the kitchen, in the kitchen, out of the kitchen, and just driving all the cooks mad. My mom would be cooking up a storm. She's got 17 dishes and only 1 stove to cook in, and she still manages to pull off a dinner for 30. Like, one was amazing when it came to multitasking for meals. So I picked up on some of that. I don't really like, I even got a turkey this year. I didn't even have people over for dinner, so I got this big 5 kg turkey that I cooked for me and my partner. Well, we're gonna make some chicken noodle soups. The hearty version of turkey soup. So we're gonna do that today. Get that all up and running, get a few more things organized, and yeah, my house is gradually turning back into, a blessed home, like a balanced home. And it takes a lot when you're releasing the energies, right? So we're going to take an oracle. So we want the overall experiences that are going to be coming up and revealing themselves over the next week. Please, Spirit, can we have some tools to better get us maneuvering in the direction we need to. Okay. So you got Medicine Woman, which and Bast, which is independent. So a lot of people are taking a more independent approach to their journey, which it is. It's an independent personal journey that you end up taking, and you just have people that walk, with you, or that guide you in the physical realm, with giving you advice, doing readings, saying a prayer to you, sending healing energy towards you, and realizing that it's not so crazy after you actually do your homework and actually start really looking into energy work, light workers, and it all started making sense to me. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, because I've always been looking through God's eyes, and mattering everything that's out here is more important than myself, right? So that's where I get confused, is when to say no trying to get my vocal, my authoritative vocal going. And I heard a reader today that I like to go and see once in a while on YouTube, and she was telling me about taking back your vocals, taking back your throat chakra and opening it up and be more vocal with, the way that you're wanting things or expecting. Don't be a doormat anymore. Don't, just give in to people's needs. And that's me. There's little me. I'm the medicine woman right there. There's me with the dark hair, everything, ready to pull all hell caboodle, and make shit happen. Like you hang out with me and the lightning strikes and then the thunder rolls and you be shaking in your boots by the time we're done. All right? So that's okay though, because I'm there to offer you guidance for those moments when you're, feeling like you want to pull every hair out of your head physically, and you could do it in like a matter of 30 seconds flat kind of thing, right? And that's the independent, learning to find your goddess self. Like, even if you're a male watching this video, it can work either way. So it's just telling you to get more in tune with your emotionals. If you're male, and your females, you already have a lot of emotional, that maybe it's time to, let them be and be independent and healing. Not relying so much on somebody to help you with that healing, because you actually have to pull it from within, right? It's up to you to make the journey. It's not up to everybody else to carry you through the journey, which is, time for people to let people drop on their ass and tell them to hustle up and get moving on their own journey. Don't be sitting there hanging on to the coattails of the person ahead of you because they're moving faster than you, right? You're going to miss the messages that were meant for you in that time that you decide to hop somebody else's coat. You know what I mean? So always be independent. Always look from an independent view. Not really be unbiased. If somebody's asking for advice, make sure you be unbiased with them. You're honest, and tell them the truth. Be honest with people. It's better to hear the truth before, making a fool out of yourself if you're going for a job interview and it's a total different thing than what you expected. Make sure you got your homework done. Make sure you've got all your interests and all your hobbies and everything you do validated, right? Because that's your life, and that's what's important, is your life, your experiences, and the guys that are there to show you, right? And look at that, just absolutely in like top shape. Like, now that's the way women should look, right? Generally. That's what I looked like a couple weeks ago. Until I started taking medication again and packed on the weight again, and I'm really pissed off. I'm really mad. It took me a long time to get that off. It took me almost like a couple years. So I don't want to be gaining it back. But if I have to, I'm going to have to, then go and join a gym, spend some more money, get out there and start moving around. But that's okay, I guess. That's the best I can do. So that's kind of your reading for you guys today, with a little bit, of an update in the front for you guys to kind of, weigh your thoughts on. If this message resonated with you at all, please leave a comment in the below. Oh, hang on. Okay, we're going to turn it this way. Does it work that way? Okay. So if you want, you can make a donation. The donation link is in the description box as well. My email's down there. Anything you need to know or how to go about commenting on a video, ask a question there. It will get responded to. Now with the new year picking up and things are changing rapidly for a lot of people, just take it one step at a time. You don't have to follow the crew and just be like, giving 100 when you can only really honestly give 50 and overexerting yourself to look good in somebody else's eyes. You have to look good in your own eyes, and you'll be satisfied with that. And it don't matter once you get to that stage of, I don't care what people think, I'm still going to live my life the way I'm going to live it. But don't do it from an ego base. Do it from a pure intent heart. Talk to the people that you love and explain, this is a change that's going on within me. I would really like to be having your support because it's making my life a little less chaotic, meaning you, that your life is becoming less chaotic or dramatic, and you're liking the new energy that's coming through and healing yourself, right? So that is a blessing in itself, and just focusing on that, get your 1, 2, 3 steps, write it down if you can't remember that, put a little post-it note somewhere in the house that says, oh yeah, remember to say I love you to yourself in the mirror every day. Put little post-it notes around for your partner to kind of find it and be like, okay, well, there's little messages all over the place here. You got to read in the fine lines. You got to find them. But just putting little post-it notes everywhere, I think is really cool. And then you got like a little note. Then you throw in one that's totally off topic to your partner. You'd be like, "Hey, honey, I think we're gonna have an awesome candlelight dinner, but leave out the part for later." Right? The dessert part is not going to be the dessert that you've always had before. This is going to be the best dessert you've ever tasted. And then, offer yourself as the dessert. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah. So that's what I have for you guys today. That is for tomorrow, for the fall next week. I'm gonna do this as a weekly for our air signs. I love you guys all for showing up and having fun. And don't forget to like, share, comment, share it with somebody that might be in need of a good message today and a little bit of direction. All right. So I hope that this was enlightenment for you. Real quick one. So I'm kind of like gradually getting everything more in tune with how I'm going to operate the channel. It's slowly growing. Like there's still there's still kinks and stuff that just isn't jiving fully yet, but it will be. It's a stage, it's a process, and I have to be patient with the process sometimes, which I'm not. I want it done now. I wanted it done like last year. And it's, a perfect time for me to start now. This could be one of my goals for the new year, is to be working hard at my channel and, bringing the messages through for all of you guys out there. So that's it. That's all I have for you guys today. So my air signs, have a blessed week, and we'll see you again next week. All right? All right. Have fun. And don't forget to smile, right? You never know what a smile can do. All right? Love and light.